saying nothing. He's learning. The narrative that we got to go week by week to say he's either ready or not ready is crazy. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, he's the backup quarterback supporting.
The Browns believe that he is not ready. That is
Joe Flacco said it this week.
Flacco said it. There's other players that have skirted around the issue, and there are I don't want to say leaks, but you hear things from inside teams all the time. And to me, and Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, it increasingly has become the narrative that he is not ready.
The Browns are back in the headlines. Shocking, right? Look, we all know this franchise has been a mess for years, but what they're doing with Shedeur Sanders, that's a different kind of dysfunction. Here's what keeps happening. They drop a few games, and suddenly Sanders is their golden ticket, the answer to every problem, the quarterback who's going to save this sinking ship. But the second they string together a couple wins, the second First Energy Stadium starts feeling alive again, complete 180. Now he's not proving enough, not NFL ready. Maybe they should look elsewhere. It's like clockwork at this point. Lose on Sunday, and by Monday morning, Sanders is their guy. Win on Sunday, and by Tuesday, they're pumping the brakes. Meanwhile, this kid is just trying to play ball. He didn't ask to be Cleveland's emotional support quarterback prospect. He's not the one flip-flopping every week. But that's exactly what's happening. His name gets dragged through the mud one week, put on a pedestal the next. And honestly, it's gotten completely out of hand. This organization needs to figure out what they actually want instead of treating potential franchise pieces like a mood ring.
When he get an opportunity to play, let him have an opportunity to play
for real.
For real.
Yeah.
Garrett Bush just went off on the Browns in their whole Shedeur Sanders situation. Bush didn't mince words. He straight up said the Browns don't actually want Sanders taking over games. They don't want him showing what he can really do. Here's what Bush thinks is going down. The Browns might toss Sanders out there in garbage time or when they're already up big. Basically situations where nobody's really watching, where his talent can't shine through. Bush's take? If you're only going to play the kid to make it look like you're giving him a chance, then don't play him at all. Don't insult everyone's intelligence with some fake opportunity just to keep the fans quiet. That's straight manipulation, and Bush isn't buying it. But he didn't stop there. Bush made it crystal clear that Shedeur Sanders has earned his shot. He's proven what he can do. The talent is there. The ability is undeniable. And according to Bush, this isn't complicated. The Browns could sit down, map it out for a couple of weeks, and plug Sanders in as the starter. Simple as that. But they won't do it. They're not willing to hand him the keys to this franchise, even though he's shown he deserves them. That's the problem right there.
He's going to be out of here anyway. Yep. So then you got a bye week after that to get ready and figure it out. And then you can give the ball to Shedeur Sanders and say, listen, let's go and see what you can do.
1,000%.
But that is not going to do nothing for if he hands the ball off 6 times, they're not going to turn around and say, oh, he's a franchise quarterback. That's not it.
While the Browns keep trying to push their narrative against Shedeur Sanders, Mary Kay Cabot just threw a wrench in the whole thing. Her take? It's time to name Sanders the starting quarterback. And after what she's seen, it's not even close. Mary Kay didn't hold back on the praise. She pointed to Sanders' accuracy, calling it better than anyone else on the roster. Not just good, unmatched. But it goes deeper than that. She broke down his ability to deliver throws from all different arm angles, in tight windows, under pressure, whatever the situation calls for, he can make the throw. That's not just some casual observation. That's a direct shot at the Browns' whole approach here. While the front office is busy trying to downplay what Sanders brings to the table, Mary Kay's out here laying out exactly why that narrative doesn't hold up. The kid can flat out play, and she's not afraid to say it.
Just curious, where do you think Shedeur Sanders is as far as development and practice?
I think his development has gone really, really well behind the scenes. That is what I'm hearing with the people that I've talked to. He's doing a really, really nice job. He's making progress in every way, including in all of those ways that they really needed him to just in terms of being able to get the play articulated, to do some of those other pre-snap things, IDing the defense, and maybe helping to slide the protections and manage the motions and all the things that you have to do pre-snap to make sure that the whole process is going right. And it happens very fast, of course, at this level, and he's getting it.
Cabot kept going, breaking down exactly what separates Sanders from the pack. She pointed to his versatility as a thrower. Most quarterbacks stick to one style, one motion, one approach. That's it. Sanders, he's different. He can float it over a defender when he needs to. He can zip it on a rope when the window's tight. He reads what the defense gives him and adjusts his throw accordingly. Then Cabot brought out the numbers. 74% completion rate in college. That's not just solid, that's elite territory. And numbers like that don't lie about what a guy can do. But here's where she really went after the doubters. Cabot called that out for what it is. Nonsense. Yeah, Sanders takes care of the ball, but he's also slinging it all over the field. Short, intermediate, deep. He's hitting his targets and moving the offense. Ball security and playmaking aren't opposites. Sanders proves that every time he steps on the field. And Cabot is making sure nobody forgets it.
And the thing about Shedeur, I've written this so many times, I've said it so many times, but he has elite accuracy. And that's the place where I think he has Dylan beat, is in the accuracy piece.
Garrett Bush jumped into the conversation and didn't pull any punches about what the Browns are really doing. According to Bush, the Browns are actively trying to kill Shedeur Sanders' momentum. The kid's built up a massive following. Fans are buzzing about him, and the organization sees that as a threat. So, what are they doing? Trying to dim the spotlight, trying to keep him in the shadows instead of letting him show what he's got. Bush says he keep throwing out the same tired excuse. He's not ready. But here's the thing. He is ready, and the Browns know it. This whole approach is backwards. Instead of building up their potential franchise quarterback, they're tearing him down. And according to Bush, it's only going to hurt them in the long run. But Bush didn't stop there. He made it clear this isn't just his opinion. Players on the team are backing Sanders, Myles Garrett included. Garrett sees how hard Sanders works. He sees what the kid brings to the table. And he wants to see him out there. When your defensive star is vouching for a quarterback like this, that says something. When guys in the locker room are ready to roll with him, that tells you everything you need to know. Sanders is ready. The players know it. Bush knows it. The only ones who don't seem to get it? The Browns front office.
People, I consistently say, there are veterans on this team that are excited to see Shedeur Sanders play. And they feel like Myles Garrett says, I see him in the coach's office all the time. I walk right by there. I like what he's doing. At the end of the day, it's about seeing what he's going to do on the field.
I think
Garrett Bush's point, spot on. Myles Garrett has spoken out about Shedeur Sanders in a way that should make the Browns front office listen. Garrett pointed out something rare in today's NFL. Sanders is the first to arrive and the last to leave the facility, every single day. Sanders also visits coaches' offices on his own, actively seeking advice on how to improve and stand out. For Garrett, this level of commitment is what truly separates elite players, especially at quarterback, where leadership and relentless work ethic are essential. Garrett went further, expressing deep respect for Sanders' unwavering effort. He firmly believes Sanders has earned the respect he's getting through pure, hard work. No shortcuts, no entitlement, just grind. Then Garrett highlighted Sanders' maturity, calling it a trait every player should aspire to have. For Garrett, this demonstrates a rare level of dedication to the game that doesn't just deserve recognition, it demands it. When your franchise cornerstone goes out of his way to vouch for a backup quarterback with this kind of conviction, that's not just an endorsement, that's a statement.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
All the time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach, and making sure that he's ready for his moment when he gets called up. And
the Shedeur Sanders debate in Cleveland has exploded. And this isn't coming from talk radio or Twitter anymore. This is coming from inside the locker room. The Browns keep downplaying Sanders' readiness, keep hitting the brakes, keep saying he's not quite there yet. But the people who see him every single day, they're telling a completely different story. Garrett Bush isn't holding back. He's publicly accused the Browns of deliberately suppressing Sanders, not protecting him, but actively holding him down. Bush believes the organization is threatened by Sanders' rising popularity, that they're trying to dim his shine instead of letting him prove himself. This isn't a coaching disagreement. This is an indictment. Then there's Garrett, the franchise cornerstone, the guy who stays out of quarterback controversies. Except not this time. Garrett has stepped into this firestorm with full-throated endorsement. He's praised Sanders' dedication, his work ethic, his maturity. First one in, last one out. Sanders is actively seeking coaching, grinding film, doing everything right. These are the exact qualities you want in a franchise quarterback. When your defensive captain publicly vouches for the backup quarterback with this kind of conviction, that's not just an endorsement. That's a statement. So if the locker room sees it, if the fans see it, if guys like Bush and Garrett are screaming it from the rooftops, why don't the coaching staff see it? Or worse, what if they do? Everything is there except the opportunity. And that's what's making this so maddening. Cleveland has butchered the quarterback position for 2 decades. They've overthought it, overmanaged it, and fumbled it repeatedly. And now, with credible voices inside their own building telling them they've got something special, the Browns are still pumping the brakes. The ball is in their court, but the clock is ticking. Do they keep ignoring the alarm bells while the season burns down? Or do they finally trust their locker room leaders and give Sanders his shot? Because if they don't, and Sanders goes somewhere else and lights up the league, this won't just be another Browns mistake. It'll be the one they can never take back. So here's the question. Are the Browns protecting Shedeur Sanders or suppressing him? Is Sanders ready to lead, or does he need more time? Are they waiting for the right moment or repeating the same catastrophic pattern they've run for 20 years? What's your take? Drop your thoughts below, because in Cleveland, the debate is just getting started, and the stakes have never been higher.